Keep them rolling.
I'm rolling again, whenever you're ready.
Okay, cool. So we're concluding today actually outside in the beautiful surroundings that is the distillery. I'm surrounded by birdsong, there's flowers everywhere. I feel like a Disney princess out here. More than usual, which is saying something. We're concluding today as well with a particularly beautiful whiskey, so I'm told.
Yes, Aberfeldy 21-year-old, so the oldest expression within our core range. I'm a very, probably unstably sentimental person, so this whiskey means much more to me than it should, so it's like, you know, way up on a pedestal.
I'm an unstably sentimental man because I'm on a steep hill and I've had a 71% dram of new make. But yeah, so tell me a little bit about this expression, because obviously we were talking about like the peak of the whiskey. It comes in kind of like between the 16s and the 20s. So
yeah,
you know, what makes this good other than a 21st birthday gift?
So I think what makes it good, it's kind of again going back to the cask management we have as a company from Stephanie and our team. Lots of refill casks getting used, so we're preserving that distillery character. And actually in terms of the cask makeup, it's pretty similar to the 12-year-old, to be honest. So it's almost like an ideal comparison if you have the Aberfeldy 12 and the 21 side by side, because what you're experiencing is kind of 9 years more of mellowing and oxidizing in the cask. So it's that kind of evolution of honey you get with the 12, to something a bit more like toffee or fudge with the 21. That fresh citrus becomes more like a sticky marmalade, much richer, more oaky, and you do also get that slight kind of ashy wood character from these refill casks, from these rechar casks that I mentioned before.
We've had a lot of booze today, don't worry about the outtakes. Straight away on the nose I'm getting something like much more dessert forward in terms of like, you know, more kind of like baked goods.
It's a very, very complex whiskey. You could sit with this for, you know, an hour. You go back to it every couple of minutes, you're always going to pick up something more. And that's just that character of Aberfeldy, the spirit that we're making here. It's 21 years, yes, there's maturation, but there's a lot of oxidizing happening as well. And there's that spirit interacts with the air, you get so much complexity being created.
It's the classic adage that you should give a whiskey a year in the glass for a minute in the glass for every year it has in the cask. Don't give it a year in the glass for every minute it's had in the cask. You'll be waiting a very long time. But one of the advantages of watching along with a 20-minute film and having it in front of you the whole time is that it's had that maturation already. Assuming everyone hasn't just, you know, chugged it already. In which case,
hope you enjoyed it.
In which case, you know, please leave us a review on TripAdvisor. I'm sure you had a great old time. But I'm just vibing with this at the moment. It's like it's the difference between sort of like squeezy honey and like, you know, kind of manuka honey you get from like local bees that work in forestry and stuff. You know, they all have degrees, and you know they've made the honey in a local hive kind of a thing.
It's just beautiful, and I mean, as a whiskey, not only is it like the pinnacle of the core range for Aberfeldy, it'll never taste better it does right now in this moment, overlooking the distillery. I'm very
surrounded by nature.
Exactly. I'm very much a believer in occasionality, and I mean, as far as occasions go, this isn't a bad way to enjoy a dram.
Also, the sun has come out, which is like, you know, how often does that happen in Scotland, to be fair? I feel like, you know, it's as rare as like a wedding or something like that. It's a special occasion in and of itself. I haven't given too many tasting notes just because I'm enjoying it. You know, it's a wonderful, luscious, rich. There's still that complex, fruity apple, plums. It goes a little bit autumnal with the age.
There's a lovely green florality to it. For me, it almost comes across kind of like cucumber. It's this weird note being picking up the 21 recently that I absolutely love. But you know, like tasting notes, we put a couple on the bottom things, but you know, some people can list off like a list as long as your arm. Other people are almost kind of too scared to suggest things. But at the end of the day, all that matters is you like it. And I think, you know, for a dram, it's not much to not like about it, to be honest.
I always try and encourage people that are kind of like, you know, getting started with whiskey. It's like, okay, if you want to talk about tasting notes, go nuts. Like, just, you know, just go whacking cartoonish.
Say whatever
it's overtly. There was a whiskey tasting I was at recently. It was quite a spirit-driven, peaty whiskey, and I said that it reminded me of bacon-scented hairspray. Have a bit of fun, you know. At the end of the day, it's that's the whole point of whiskey. It's there to be enjoyed.
It's such a serious drink, but it shouldn't be.
Yeah,
it's a drink.
It's not all about wingbacks, and I mean, this could totally be a deck chair drink. In fact, I'm kind of tempted. Like, if we didn't have a boss to catch today, then I might well be tempted. But it's a fantastic way to finish off. Thank you very much for showing us around Aberfeldy Distillery. Are there any closing remarks that you want to finish on, other than by now?
No, not by now. I'd say try it, enjoy the whiskey, talk about it. It's a drink that's made to be enjoyed and shared. So we love doing things like this, welcoming people up. So if anyone wants to come by the distillery, please get in touch. We'd be delighted to show you around, say a bit more about what we do here. But honestly, it's been my pleasure showing you around. So cheers.
Thank you very much. And as I've mentioned in the introduction, this is a beautiful part of Scotland to visit. So if nothing else, I'd recommend seeing it for the scenery. But if you're going past the distillery, it's well worth having a look as well. Thank you for joining us, guys. And thank you.
If you were to stand there, yeah, you should be fine like that.
I would. Cool. Grand. Yeah, if we just besmirch the Glenfine, that should be fine.
Yeah, if you get in frame, I'll see how it looks.
Okay, cool. I'll just